During the conversation, enunciate, pronounce clearly. Important. Use simple language, simple English. Avoid slang like yeah, hum, dude, and all that. It's not really good to show that kind of intimacy to a person when you're talking in a professional way. Always speak calmly and choose your words carefully. You use all your listening skills. Listen before you answer. Because mostly when people talk to you and when people question you, these questions are their fears and anxieties and not objections. So objections are to be handled, not to be answered. See, so focus your attention on the caller and the conversation. Clarify and check for understanding in between. Use basic phrases of courtesy, that is, may I help you, please, thank you, you're welcome. Now these are simple things that you need to train yourself in. Now please don't eat chewing gum or eat anything in conversation, because all those sounds, they pass through. Do not cut off abruptly before showing your intention and before ending a call in a courteous way. Best possible thing is avoid idle chit chat. Please avoid useless statements, useless conversation, or talking about third party. If there is a problem, project a tone that is concerned, empathetic, and apologetic. Okay. Now avoid 5 forbidden phrases. So, number 1, no. Instead, find a way to state the situation positively. Avoid no's. Avoid saying, I don't know. Instead say, this is a good question, let me find out for you. Let me find out the answer. Let me check it. Okay. Now we can't do that, no. Best is, this is what I can do. This is what I can try for. Instead of saying, you'll have to say, here is how we can help you. Okay. Instead of saying just a second, give a right kind of estimate that maybe it takes a bit longer. We may have to wait for 2 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever it is. Just don't try to dodge a person into holding the phone for you. Now, when you put the reports to callers, put it this way, okay? Now, this is me on another line. Will you wait, please? He is away from his desk. May I take the message? I'm sorry. The person in the office may be someone else. A person is out of the office and someone else might help you. Mr. Such and such is the finance, HR or sales department. 1 moment please, I'll transfer your call. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Answering calls for others. Identify yourself, company or a person for whom you are answering, and just ask, how may I help you? Offer assistance in the absence of others. Say, she is not here today, perhaps I can be of assistance, I can help you. Do not make commitments for others. Say, I'll give a message when the person returns. Take accurate, legible message with time, date, reason for call, urgency, best time to reach them, and all other pertinent information when you report to the caller. Did you report? Okay. Transferring calls. Explain the reason for transfer. Let me connect you with such and such. Know your extension number so that caller is not kept waiting. Mute the line if you are clarifying an information with your colleague. Obtaining caller's name. May I tell Mr. Rao who is calling, please? May I say who is calling, please? May I have your name, please? Now, you can at the same time give the progress report. Now, his line is busy, so would you wish to continue waiting? Or would you like to call, would you like me to call you back? Oh, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. May I check further and call you back? Placing someone on hold. Make sure that it is for genuine reason. Ask the caller if she would hold and wait for a response rather than assuming the answer is yes. Never keep a person on hold for more than a minute or so, because if you have to take longer, return to the person and tell him you'll have to take a few minutes longer, so you can call back. When you return the caller, thank them for holding. Now, dealing with the angry customer, very important now. These days, this is one important thing for any call center people or people in the organization or even within your own systems. Listen, allow the caller to vent his feelings. Empathize, acknowledge the person's feelings. Yes, I understand. Apologize when appropriate. Be positive. Solve, suggest, generate solution that I can both agree on it, and if reasonable, do it. Remain calm and courteous. Do not argue. Do not interrupt. Explain clearly. Do not make unrealistic promises. Act fast. Acting quickly shows that you're sorry and that you'll handle the issue. Follow up. Get back to the caller to make sure that the problem has been resolved, or problem is being resolved, or it is being dealt with. Now, when you conclude the call, end the conversation with an agreement on what is to happen next. If you are to follow up, do so immediately. Thank caller for calling, for his time, and invite caller to call again. Now, these are few things which are important when you are into telephonic conversation. Thank you very much. Now, we'll come to the next session, which is very important as far as conversation is concerned, as far as communication is concerned, and that pertains to listening skills. Now, this session is for listening skills, which are essential for any communication, in any organization or anywhere. Now, there are 5 basic reasons why we do not listen. Number 1, listening is a hard work. Okay. Now, there is so much of competition between the people who want to talk to you. There is a rush for action. There is speed difference in rate of speaking and understanding, and maybe that you are not trained to listen. Now, there are 4 types of listeners. The non-listener, okay, will just hear but don't try to understand inside. The marginal listener, the evaluative listener who is evaluating sentence by sentence, and then your active listener. Now, how do you improve your listening skills? Very important. Now, maintain eye contact with the instructor. You see, when you listen with eyes, when you listen with the whole body, you understand better. Focus on the content than on the way it is being said. Content is very important. Try to be in someone else's shoes. Why is he speaking that? What is his point of view? Avoid selective listening. Avoid distractions. Ask questions to stay active and interested. If you don't understand somewhere, just say, okay, please speak again. Sorry, I want to know what do you mean by that. Face the speaker. Maintain eye contact. Respond appropriately. Say yes, not, etc. Do not be preoccupied with your own thoughts when you are listening to somebody, because what the person is saying is very important to him. So, these are a few tips for active listening. Can you do it? Put yourself in somebody else's place. Try to understand from there. Empathize. This is key to active listening. Thank you very much. We end here and come to the next segment of questioning. Now, when you question somebody, the questions can be close-ended, open-ended. Some questions elicit answers, responses. Some don't. What is your purpose? You want a response or not? If you want a response, then the questions have to be specific. Like close-ended questions give always a nice information. Close-ended questions generally result in short yes or no or other one word. They should be used only when you want precise, quick answer. Otherwise, they inhibit thoughts. So when you want to actually open the thought process, then initiate actual open-ended questions, or they invite an actual explanation for response. Questions that begin with how, what, when, and why are typical open-ended questions. In fact, for most queries, open-ended questions would give you a lot of good answers. Now, so the examples of close-ended questions is, the closed questions is, when did it happen? Somebody will tell a specific time. Was your trip successful? Well, answer would be yes or no. Did you like the candidate? Answer would be yes or no. Did you have a good meeting? Answer would be yes or no. Maybe one sentence here and there. Now, when we talk of open questions, what led up to that? What happened actually? What did you manage to accomplish on your trip? So, there can be multiple long answers for that. In what ways do you think the candidate meets our need? Now, that can be very informative. What happened at the meeting? Now, these are the things that you invite answers, detailed answers, and also specifics. Now, the probing questions can be more specific as to what happened at that particular point of time. Ultimately, what happened with that person? What happened in that particular area? Now, if you need to clarify something, you can ask for can you give me example of that? What happened thereafter? Well, when you were in the situation, how did that affect you? What might have caused that, do you think? Can you fill me in on the details of situation? Yes. Some of these questions can solve a lot of problem. Now, always the great consultants ask very, very simple questions. How, why, what, when, where. In fact, these childish questions have led to the answer of the biggest problems in the world. Most science and technology discoveries have originated from questions. So, right questioning is key to building a personality, building success in your life. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.